It was a night like any other. I got at the bus stop, waited for my bus, and told the bus driver the route to my employer's place. As soon as we left, I felt angry. I didn't want to go back to my employer's. Out my bus window, I could see the forest filling with fog, and the graveyard. Well, it started raining, storming when we passed that. Finally, I was at the gates of my employer's house and I made it in. The sound of bats fluttering through the air. I reached for the light switch, but no light. I lit a candle with my lighter, and I could see the hallway now. The hallway that led towards the dreaded man's quarters. I made my way up to the parlor where he liked to play card games with his friends. The night air was cold and dark. It chilled me to the bone. The parlor was a big room with a bare rug. The room smelled of old money and mothballs. I didn't much care for the house, but that didn't matter. I needed the money. I went into the library next. It was cold and chilling, and I could have sworn I heard something in the corner. In the library sat a very big portrait of the man whom I hated. Something about the portrait I hated too, the way it just stared at me. I couldn't bear to look at it, so I went to the couch, but it was covered in cobwebs. All I can say is at least there was light in the area. The whole room smelled of decay, and the smell burned my nose. It was horrible. For a moment I thought the old coot had died before I even got there. Suddenly I jumped as lightning struck. I could hear the old man screaming my name. Even his voice annoyed me. Finally I ascended the stairs to his quarters. His dreaded quarters. The old man was screaming and yelling, but when I finally got there, he stopped. "It took you long enough," he shouted at me. I was just silent. He kept swearing at me. I couldn't take it anymore. He kept screaming and yelling, and then I reached into my pocket. I felt around for what I had brought. I took aim, and... I had done it. I had finally done it. I don't know what happened. I had killed the old man. When I finally came to my senses, I grabbed the old man's body and carried him to the parlor. I quickly made short work of the floorboards, making enough room for his body to slide in under them. Did I actually get rid of the old man? I thought. Had I finally gone and done it? Either way, I needed to hide the body, so I nailed back the floorboards. I quickly grabbed some cleaning supplies to clean up his room. The clock was ticking, ticking, ticking. Suddenly I heard a new noise. I knew it wasn't the clock, but it couldn't be. I could have sworn I heard his heart beating, beating, beating. It was just the wind. Or was it? I couldn't tell. Then I heard it again. The beating. I couldn't hear it anymore. But then it started again. I knew it couldn't be him, but I wasn't sure. I couldn't tell whether he was still alive or dead. I just wanted to get out of there. The beating wouldn't stop. I could hear it throughout the entire house as I ran. ran from there. I couldn't return, but it kept beating. The beating kept happening. It was all over my head. I shouted at it to stop. I couldn't bear it any longer. As soon as I could, I picked up the phone and called the police. As soon as they answered, I told them about what had happened. I told them to take me away so I couldn't hear the beating anymore. I was sick of it. I couldn't stand it. It's like the old man was taunting me. The beating continued. I screamed at it. I screamed, "Why won't you stay dead?" I waited for the police to arrive. I couldn't stand it anymore. I wanted out. I couldn't wait any longer for the police to arrive. I had to get out of there as soon as possible. But by the time I tried, all the doors were locked and so were the windows. They were barred shut. I quickly thought of something to do. A drastic measure for a drastic time. I couldn't stand it anymore. I was going insane. I quickly pulled out my pistol from my pocket and I had tried to shoot myself, but I missed and hit a vase in the corner of his room. I couldn't even finish myself off. I ran to the parlor where I had stashed his body. I quickly removed the floorboards as fast as I could. I made short work of the floor just like I had when I dumped his body in there. It quickly came loose, and I could see his body. I could see he was still dead, but I wanted to make sure. I quickly reloaded my pistol. Even though I had just emptied the revolver into his body, I could still hear the heart beating. It was driving me mad. Eventually I heard sirens outside. I dropped my gun. I stood still, right in the opening of the floorboards, as at least 3 officers walked into the room. I saw that they had their weapons drawn, but I was still covering my ears. I didn't want to hear the beating. It was driving me mad. They looked into the floorboards and saw the old man now full of bullet holes. They screamed, "Do what you can, just get me out of here." It seemed like they would have no sympathy for me. I confessed what I did and told them, "Whatever you do not bring that body anywhere near me." They quickly put me in cuffs and told me that I was going away for a long time. I didn't care. I just wanted to be rid of the old man's heartbeat and how it was torturing me. By the time I left the house, the beating had stopped and I could finally be at peace. I want to thank everyone who watched this, whether you're a subscriber or not. This took at least 3 days for me to do, and I would love to do it again sometime, so if you could leave your feedback in the comments, I will get back to you. And sorry for the horrible voice. I've been sick the past few days when I've been recording this, and if you heard any background noise in the voice parts, that's because I have people in my house and stuff. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy this. Pretty soon I'll be doing another Halloween video, depending on if I ever have the time. It's probably gonna be a tier list of my favorite slashers. But yeah, my Patreon is in the description. And without further ado, here are the end credits.